English Inter Model Test Trial Dictation. Mr. Speaker, sir, in supporting the cut motion, I would like to make a few observations. I am surprised to know from the announcement made by the Minister for Local Administration that the elections to the local bodies will be postponed. It is not known why it is so. It is said that the whole system has to be reorganized, and for that purpose the government want some time. In this connection, I would like to say that a few years ago some committees were appointed to go into the question of reorganization of local bodies. 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, start. Dear members, I am thankful to you and all the honorable members to showing me indulgence to continue my speech. Now we are specially going to focus all our attention on agriculture. I was touching the point that the food situation in the country is being depicted by some friends as very unsatisfactory. One member went to the extent of saying that food has been plunked. I would like to completely submit that this assessment is not correct. Therefore, I would like to make a very humble submission for the kind consideration of the honorable members. Today, I am going to be extremely frank, and I would like to take the House into confidence in regard to the food situation, so that no unnecessary misunderstanding remains either in the House or in the country in regard to the facts as far as they related to the food situation. The food situation in this country has to be understood and appreciated in the broad context. Now, some friends have been saying that everything is wrong. Unfortunately, our friend is not present here. He thinks that planning is wrong, that the whole approach to agriculture is wrong. But in all humility, I would say that he only said something which was motivated by policies, and he did not really touch upon the basic aspects of the food problem. All the same, I would like to deal with some of the points raised by him also. I was submitting that when we compare the situation of previous years, we can say that we shall be in a better position to understand whether the government of India has really managed the food situation of the country in a better way or not. Now, I was making a statement that the price index was so steep, and that too when we have imported very substantial quantities. I was referring to this aspect that the government really deserve a word of appreciation from all the honorable members, irrespective of the political issues. This year, Despite such a serious setback in agriculture, the government had managed the food situation of this country without imports so far. From the past 10 years, population increase has been of the order of 15%. I wish to observe that population growth in this country is increasing at such a fast rate that it is having some adverse impact on the food situation. When we take into consideration the increased growth rate, then what would be the additional requirement of food grains? According to calculations, it comes to the order of 13 million tons. This is an important factor which must be taken into consideration. The house known how the production potential of food grains has been filled up by governmental efforts during the last 5 years. This is due to the concrete and active policies pursued by the government of India. The government has not imported any food grains from anywhere under any circumstances as was done in previous years. Dear sir, we are in receipt of your letter of the 6th instant, for which I thank you. I got in touch at once with the railway company to find out whether they could offer any explanation of the delay in delivery of the packages referred to. The concerned officials assured me that in view of the special nature of the contents, every precaution had been taken to make sure that the goods should reach you within the stipulated time. They are making further efforts at every station along the line. Meanwhile, I contacted the shipping company to see to what extent they are responsible. Both they and the railway people realize that the case is one that calls for very special action. Until we get further information as to what has really happened, I do not propose to call in the aid of the insurance company. Meanwhile, I have contacted my friend who is in touch with railway authorities and asked him to make arrangements to clear the goods well in advance. He assured me to see to it and let me know the details shortly, assuring you of my careful attention to your best interests. Yours faithfully.